And I wanted to give you a little bit of a perspective shift. This might be relevant for people on the call now or even people catching up on it. As you know, like I moved house 2 weeks ago. And if you've ever moved house before with kids, you know exactly how hard it is. But this is the perspective shift I want for you. And you can probably relate to this to maybe a challenge that you're going through currently. It doesn't have to be moving house, it could be anything. Whether, like I said, it's a house move, it's personal trauma, challenge in business, sickness, injury. Poor Sam, she's not on this call. She did Tough Mudder last week with Scarlett in the program. She broke her leg, bless her, right at the finish line. Do you know what I mean? Just stripped and broke. How unfortunate is that? But like again, we've all got our challenges. It's all relative. But I want you to see these challenges as a strength test for your current standards. Because, like, if things are really good now, okay, these are like your standards. You're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm doing fitness. And then something comes in, and then you're like, oh my God. So, like, sh see this as like a strength test for those challenges. Um, like we all have something that we default to when things are tough. That's why we tend to opt for convenience food. Like if we're really busy or we've got nothing in the house, for example, because it's convenient. But a challenge is there to highlight the areas of your life that you need to place a little bit more focus on because they're probably not as good as you think they are. So, for example, if you're um so for example your day started to slip because other things are going on in your life, like maybe your diet does, sorry, if your diet starts to slip because other things in your life are happening, maybe your diet does need to be a little bit better. And I don't just mean the things that you put in your mouth, that's pretty obvious, but I mean the system that you have to facilitate that. Like, do you need to do some online shopping so that you don't have to think anymore? For example, some weeks, like I just reorder last week's food. So I get my food from Asda. Don't judge me. But most of the work's done. The great thing about Asda is, and maybe other online shops are the same, it saves your last order. So I just reorder it and really simple. And then I just have to delete or add as necessary, obviously. That's time saved. And I pick it up on a Sunday morning before everyone's up. Like they do like an 8 a.m. pickup. Great, there's no one on the road. And that's a simple system that I deployed on the first week that I moved house. So it didn't really affect my nutrition at all. When I genuinely had no time as well. Like as I said, moving house is chaos. And in regards to your training, like if you're repeatedly not getting your session in or you're missing them, maybe you need to change your approach to those sessions. For example, the last few weeks for myself, I've not missed a single session, not missed one session. But the sessions haven't been the same intensity that they have been in the weeks previous. And I'm okay with that because I set that myself the intention. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, right, I'm just going to do the sessions. It's not a case of me trying to hit these markers. Some days I am genuinely knackered, but I said to myself, right, I'm just going to show up. And I think the problem is with training, we're like, oh, if I can't do it, there's no point. Do you know what I mean? But then that just makes you feel even worse. Sometimes just showing up is the win. My sleep has definitely been compromised as well. Like I've got bad habits creeping in, such as going on my phone a little bit later, genuinely because we're working a little bit later with things, trying to play catch up, staying up later with Steph watching TV because that's the only time we get together. And even getting up earlier than normal just to squeeze stuff in. But equally on that side of things, I have allowed myself that a little bit currently because I know like it's only a short-term thing because I'm aware of it, I'm doubling down in other areas. Do you know what I mean? So because I've got to get up early and sleep's a little bit off, then my nutrition and my training is going to be really good just to cushion that side of things. So you can see from those three examples there that despite challenge, I'm currently operating a lot better than I probably could be if I wasn't doing any of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? I could feel a lot worse. Is it perfect? No. Am I learning a little bit about areas I need to place a little bit more focus on weekly? Well, yeah, hell yeah. So is this challenge that I'm facing at the moment negative? No, because I'm going to come out of it different, like, and in a much better headspace, not just physically, like with health metrics, but mentally too. by how little like I'm beating myself up just because I can't perform at this like standard. Like we've all got these expectations that we should be losing more weight, we should be this fast, we should be this strong, we should be, and the problem is unless we hit that, we think what's the point? But like what's your other option? So I want you to shift your perspective, be selfish and take some value out of the challenge. And more importantly, do something about do something about it, like I said, and be like the victor rather than the victim of the situation. So yeah, let me know your thoughts.